Have you ever wondered why some destinations become more popular than others? What motivates people to travel and explore new places? Today, we are going to dive into the fascinating world of tourism demand and explore the various factors that influence travel behavior. Hello, my dear students. I am Mudassir Khan from the Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Jamia Millia Islamia, and today we have come for the 6th lecture on tourism demand of Introduction to Tourism and Travel Management course. As the world becomes more connected, the demand for travel is only going to continue to grow. But what drives this demand? What motivates people to travel to specific destination, and how can we ensure that the benefits of tourism are shared equitably? These are some of the questions that we'll be exploring in this video lecture. So get ready for an exciting journey into the world of tourism demand. In this lecture, we are going to discuss tourism demand, importance of studying tourism demand, Maslow's hierarchy to understand tourism demand, factors affecting tourism demand, Leiper's model to understand tourism demand, and tourism demand forecasting. So what is tourism demand? Tourism demand refers to the desire and willingness of people to travel to different destinations for leisure, business, or other purposes. The concept of tourism demand is complex and influenced by a variety of factors including economic, social, cultural, and environmental factors. For example, let's say that a family from the India wants to take a vacation to a beach destination. They are looking for a place where they can relax, enjoy the sun, and spend quality time together. In this scenario, the family's tourism demand is driven by a combination of personal preferences, cultural norms, and economic factors. They may have heard about a particular beach destination through friends, family, social media, which influences their decision to travel there. Once they arrive at the destination, the family's demand for tourism products and services may be influenced by factors such as the quality of the accommodation, the availability of local attractions, and the cost of food and activities. If they have a positive experience, they are more likely to return to the same destination in the future or recommend it to the others. Another example of tourism demand can be seen in business travel industry. Companies often send their employees to different destinations for meetings, conferences, and other work-related events. In this case, the demand for tourism products and services is driven by the needs of the company, such as the location of the event, the availability of transportation and accommodation, the cost of the trip, etc. Tourism demand can also be influenced by cultural and environmental factors. For example, some people may be interested in traveling to destinations that offer unique cultural experiences such as historical landmarks, museums, and festivals. Others may be drawn to destinations that offer outdoor activities such as hiking, skiing, or wildlife watching. In these cases, the demand for tourism products and services is driven by a desire to learn about different cultures or to connect with nature. So, we can say that tourism demand is a complex and multifaceted concept that is influenced by a variety of factors. It is driven by personal preferences, cultural norms, economic factors, and environmental factors. Understanding various factors that influence tourism demand is essential for business tourism, government and other stakeholders who want to develop and promote sustainable tourism practices and to maximize the economic, social and environmental benefits of tourism. Studying tourism demand is important for a variety of reasons. It provides insight into the behavior of tourists and help tourism businesses, governments and other stakeholders to develop and promote sustainable tourism practices. Here are some of the examples of importance of studying tourism demand. Economic benefits. Understanding tourism demand is essential to maximizing the economic benefits of tourism. By understanding the factors that influence travel behavior, tourism businesses can develop products and services that cater to the needs and preferences of travelers. This in turn can increase the demand for tourism products and services, leading to job creation, increased tax revenues and economic growth. For example, a hotel located in a popular tourist destination can use data on tourism demand to identify the peak seasons and develop pricing strategies to maximize profit during that time. By offering special deals or promotions during the low season, the hotel can attract tourists and generate additional revenue. Tourism can have a significant impact on the environment, including the degradation of natural resources and the generation of waste. By studying tourism demand, governments and tourism businesses can develop strategies to promote sustainable tourism practices that minimize the negative impact on the environment. For example, a destination with a high demand for nature-based tourism may develop policies to protect and conserve natural areas such as parks and wildlife reserves. By managing tourism in a sustainable way, the destination can preserve its natural resources for future generations. Tourism can bring social benefit to local communities such as cultural exchange and preservation of cultural heritage. By understanding the factors that influence travel behavior, governments and tourism businesses can develop strategies to promote cultural tourism and support local communities. For example, a destination with a rich cultural heritage may develop tourism products and services that showcase local traditions such as food, music and festivals. By promoting cultural tourism, the destination can create opportunities for local artisans and support the preservation of cultural heritage. Hence, studying tourism demand is important for maximizing the economic benefit of tourism, promoting sustainable tourism practices and supporting local communities. By understanding the behavior of tourists and the factors that influence their travel decisions, governments and tourism businesses can develop strategies to promote sustainable tourism practices and ensure that the benefits of tourism are shared equitably. Let us understand tourism demand with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a theory that describes the various needs that motivate human behavior, ranging from basic physiological needs to higher level needs such as self-actualization. In the context of tourism demand, Maslow's hierarchy can be used to understand the motivations that drive people to travel and types of tourism products and services that are most likely to meet their needs. At the base of the pyramid, there are physiological needs such as food, water and shelter. In the context of tourism demand, these needs are met through basic travel necessities such as transportations, accommodations and food. The next level up is safety needs, which includes things like security and stability. In the context of tourism, safety needs are met through reliable transportation, secure accommodations and safe environments. Tourists may also seek out destinations that are known for their safety and security, such as gated resorts or destinations with low crime rates. The third level of pyramid is the need for love and belongings, which refer to the desire for social connection and relationship. In the context of tourism demand, this need can be met through social experiences such as group tours, festivals and cultural events that allows tourists to connect with locals and other travelers. The fourth level of pyramid is the need for self-esteem, which includes desire for respect, recognition and self-esteem. In the context of tourism, this need can be met through experiences that boost self-confidence such as adventure tourism, extreme sports or luxury travel that conveys a sense of status. Finally, the top level of pyramid is self-actualization, which refers to the desire to reach one's full potential and achieve personal fulfillment. In the context of tourism, this can be met through travel experiences that challenges and inspire, such as cultural immersion, volunteering, or spiritual retreats. By understanding Maslow's hierarchy of needs in the context of tourism demand, tourism businesses can develop products and services that meets the diverse needs and motivations of the travelers. Tourism demand is influenced by a variety of factors that can be categorized into three main groups. First group is macroeconomic factors, destination specific factors, and individual specific factors. Starting with the macroscopic factors, also known as macroeconomic factors, refers to the economic conditions of a country or region that affect tourism demand. These factors are often outside the control of tourism businesses and policymakers, but can have a significant impact on the tourism industry. Let's discuss some of the key macroscopic factors that influence tourism demand. Gross domestic product (GDP). GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in a country during a specific period, typically a year. GDP is a measure of country's economic performance and is closely linked to tourism demand. A strong economy with high GDP growth is typically associated with higher consumer confidence, higher disposable incomes, and greater spendings on the leisure activities such as travel. In contrast, a weak economy with low GDP growth is associated with lower consumer confidence, lower disposable incomes, and reduced spendings on leisure activities such as travel. Second, inflation. Inflation refers to the rate at which prices of goods and services increase over time. Inflation can affect tourism demand in several ways. Firstly, high inflation can lead to increased prices for goods and services, including travel related expenses such as transportation, accommodation, and food. This can make travel more expensive and reduce tourism demand. Secondly, inflation can affect exchange rates, which can have a significant impact on international tourism. High inflation can lead to a devaluation of currency, which can make travel to the country more affordable for international tourists. Exchange rates refer to the value of one currency in relation to another currency. Exchange rates can affect tourism demand in several ways. Firstly, a strong currency can make travel more expensive for international tourists, reducing tourism demand. Secondly, a weak currency can make travel more affordable for international tourists, leading to increased tourism demand. Exchange rate can be influenced by various macroscopic factors, including interest rates, inflation, and political stability. Interest rates refers to the cost of borrowing money. High interest rates can make borrowing more expensive, which can reduce spending on leisure activities such as travel. High interest rates also lead to a stronger currency, which can make travel more expensive for international tourists. In contrast, low interest rate can make borrowing more affordable, which can increase spending on leisure activities such as travel. Political stability refers to the absence of violent conflict or social unrest in a country or region. Political instability can lead to a reduction in tourism demand, as travelers may perceive the destination as unsafe. Political instability can also lead to increased travel restrictions such as visa requirements, which can further reduce tourism demand. In addition to macroscopic factors, there are also destination specific factors that can influence tourism demand. These factors are unique to each destination and can be influenced by a range of factors, including culture, geography, and infrastructure. Let's discuss some of the key destination specific factors that can impact tourism demand. The natural and cultural attraction of a destination are often primary reason why people choose to travel there. Natural attraction can include beaches, mountains, wildlife, and natural landmarks, while cultural attractions can include historical sites, museums, and festivals. The availability and appeal of these attractions can have a significant impact on tourism demand. Infrastructure refers to the physical and organizational structure that support tourism, including transportation, accommodation, and public services. The quality and availability of infrastructure can affect tourism demand. For example, a destination with a well-developed transportation system and a variety of high-quality accommodation option is likely to be more appealing to tourists than a destination with limited infrastructure. Accessibility refers to how easy it is to travel within a destination. The accessibility of a destination can be influenced by factors such as availability of direct flights, the quality of routes, and the efficiency of public transportation. A destination that is easy to reach and navigate is likely to be more appealing to tourists. Safety and security are important factors that can influence tourism demand. Tourists are more likely to choose destinations that they perceive as safe and secure. Safety and security can be influenced by factors such as crime rates, political stability, and natural disasters. Local culture and hospitality of a destination can have a significant impact on tourism demand. Tourists are often attracted to destinations that offer a unique cultural experience and a warm and welcome hospitality. The availability of local tours and experiences that allow tourists to immerse themselves in the local culture can be a key factor in attracting tourists. Finally, there are also individual specific factors that can influence tourism demand. These factors relate to the personal characteristics and preferences of the individual traveler. Understanding these factors is essential for developing effective marketing strategies and tailoring tourism products to meet the needs and expectations of different types of travelers. Here are some of the key individual specific factors that influence tourism demand. Demographics. Age, gender, income, and education levels are examples of demographic factors that can influence tourism demand. Different demographic group may have different travel preferences, such as type of accommodation they prefer, the activities they enjoy, and the budget they have for the trip. Psychographic refers to the personality traits, values, interests, and lifestyle choices of individuals. Psychographics can influence travel motivation and decision making. For example, an individual who values adventure and thrill seeking may be more likely to choose a destination that offers activities such as bungee jumping or white water rafting. The travel experience of an individual can also influence their travel decisions. For example, an individual who has had a positive experience with a particular destination is more likely to return to the destination or recommend it to the others. On the other hand, a negative experience can discourage an individual from returning to a destination or recommending it to others. The purpose of travel can also influence tourism demand. For example, an individual traveling for business may have different requirements and preferences than an individual traveling for leisure. Understanding the purpose of travel can help tourism providers tailor their products and services to meet the needs and expectations of different types of travelers. Perceptions and attitudes of individuals can also influence their travel decisions. For example, an individual who perceives a destination as safe and welcoming is more likely to choose that destination over the one that they perceive as unsafe or unwelcoming. Similarly, an individual with a positive attitude towards sustainable tourism may be more likely to choose destinations that prioritize sustainability. So, individual specific factors play a critical role in influencing tourism demand. These factors are unique to each individual traveler and can be influenced by a range of factors including demographics, psychographics, travel experience, purpose of travel, and perception and attitude. By understanding these factors and tailoring tourism products and marketing strategies to meet the needs and expectation of different types of travelers, tourism providers can increase their competitiveness and appeal to a wider range of customers. Measuring tourism demand is essential for understanding the performance of tourism destinations and making informed decisions about future tourism development. There are several ways to measure tourism demand, including arrival and departure data. One of the most common ways to measure tourism demand is to track the number of visitors who arrive and depart from a destination. This data can be collected at airports, seaports, and other transportation hubs and can provide insight into the volume and patterns of tourism arrival. Accommodation data. Another way to measure tourism demand is to track the occupancy rate and revenue of accommodation providers such as hotels, resorts, and vacation rentals. This data can provide insights into the preferences and behaviors of tourists, such as the length of their stay, the type of accommodation they prefer, and the price they are willing to pay. Surveys and questionnaires can be used to gather information on the characteristics and preferences of tourists. This data can be used to understand the motivations and behaviors of tourists as well as their satisfaction with their travel experience. Surveys and questionnaires can be conducted in person, online, or by phone. Web analytics can be used to track the number of visitors to tourism websites and social media pages. This data can provide insights into the effectiveness of marketing campaigns and the level of interest in a destination. Economic indicators such as tourism expenditure and employment can be used to measure the economic impact of a tourism destination. This data can provide insights into the contribution of tourism to the local economy and the potential for future growth. Environmental indicators such as carbon emissions and waste generation can be used to measure the environmental impact of a tourism on destination. This data can provide insights into the sustainability of tourism and the need for environmental management and conservation. Measuring tourism demand is essential for understanding the performance of tourism destination and making informed decisions about future tourism development. Leiper's model is a framework that describes the complex process of tourism demand. It consists of three components: the tourist generating region, the transit region, and the destination region. The tourist generating region refers to the location where tourists originate. It could be a city, region, or country. The factors that influence tourism demand in this region includes the population size, income levels, cultural background, and level of education. For example, individuals from high income countries are more likely to have the financial resources to travel and engage in tourism activities. The transit region refers to the area through which the tourists travel to reach the destination region. It could be an airport, a train station, or a highway. The factors that influence tourism demand in this region include the quality of transportation infrastructure, the availability of transit services, and the attractiveness of transit region. For example, a well-connected transit region with high quality services and amenities may encourage tourists to extend their stay in that particular region. The destination region refers to the location where tourist visits and engage in tourism activities. It could be a city, region, or country. The factors that influence tourism demand in this region include the availability and quality of tourism infrastructure and services, the attractiveness of natural and cultural environment, and the level of safety and security. For example, a destination region with diverse and attractive natural and cultural attractions as well as high levels of safety and security may attract large number of tourists. In Leiper's model, tourism demand is influenced by factors at each of these three regions. The tourist generating region influencing the tourist desire ability to travel, while the transit region influences the ease and convenience of travel. The destination region influences the decision to travel to a particular location and the activities in which tourists engage while there. Overall, Leiper's model provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the complex process of tourism demand. It highlights the importance of considering multiple factors at different stages of tourism journey and emphasizes the interdependence of these factors in shaping tourism demand. And tourism demand forecasting is the process of estimating future tourism demand for a destination or product. Accurate forecasting is important for tourism businesses and destinations to effectively plan for future demand and allocate resources accordingly. There are several methods used for tourism demand forecasting, including time series analysis, econometric model, and expert opinion. One of the most common methods of tourism demand forecasting is time series analysis, which uses historical data to predict future demand. This method involves analyzing patterns and trends in past data and extrapolating them into the future. For example, a hotel may use past occupancy rates and bookings trends to forecast future demand for their rooms. This information can then be used to adjust pricing, marketing strategies, and staffing levels to maximize revenue. Another method of tourism demand forecasting is econometric modeling, which uses statistical techniques to analyze the relationship between tourism demand and a set of explanatory variables such as seasonality, exchange rates, and economic indicators. For example, a tourist board may use the econometric models to forecast future demand for a destination based on factors such as airfare prices, hotel availability, and local events. This information can then be used to develop targeted marketing campaigns and optimize tourism infrastructure investments. Expert opinion is another method of tourism demand forecasting, which involves consulting with industry experts to gather insights and opinions on future trends and factors that may impact tourism demand. For example, a tourism board may gather insights from travel agents, tour operators, and local businesses to understand how emerging trends in travel behavior may affect future demand for their destination. This information can then be used to develop strategies to capitalize on emerging trends and adapt to changing market conditions. Tourism demand forecasting is an essential process for tourism businesses and destinations to effectively plan for future demand and allocate resources accordingly. By using a combination of historical data, statistical method, and expert opinion, tourism providers can develop accurate forecasts of future demand and develop strategies to meet the needs and expectations of their customers. Effective tourism demand forecasting is crucial for the success of tourism destinations and businesses in an increasingly competitive and dynamic industry. With this, we come to the conclusion of this session, in which we have discussed that tourism demand is a fundamental concept that plays a significant role in shaping the tourism industry. It refers to the desire and willingness of individuals to travel to a particular destination and engage in tourism activities. Various factors, including macroscopic, destination specific, and individual specific factors, influence tourism demand. Macroscopic factors include economic conditions, political stability, and technological advancements, which have a significant impact on the tourism industry's growth and development. Destination specific factors such as natural and cultural attractions, infrastructure, and accessibility are also important considerations in understanding tourism demand. Lastly, individual specific factors including demographic characteristics, income, motivation, and preferences determine an individual's likelihood of traveling and engaging in tourism activities. To effectively manage tourism demand, stakeholders must measure and forecast it accurately. Market research and forecasting methods are essential tools for understanding trends and patterns in tourism demand. By identifying shifts in tourism demand and developing strategies to address them, businesses and destinations can remain competitive and resilient in a constantly changing industry. Understanding the changing nature of tourism demand is essential for stakeholders to adapt and ensure the industry's sustainability and resilience. Tourism demand is a complex and dynamic concept that requires ongoing attention and management. By prioritizing the study and measurement of tourism demand, the industry can develop strategies to effectively respond to changes and ensure long-term success. It is crucial for stakeholders to understand the factors that influence tourism demand and develop strategies to manage it effectively. You will find the reference to the topics covered in this session in the following books mentioned on the slides, which may be used for better understanding. So, that would be all for today's session. Thank you for attending this session. You may write to me at the ID mentioned here. See you all in our next lecture. Till then, goodbye and take care.